Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. If you would like to get your winter solstice seat, there are still spaces, there is still time. It's on the 21st of December. With that said, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So as you can hear, my throat is giving me a little bit of jip at the moment. When I went into my intuition, what I actually saw was a pair of flip-flops, and I was like, okay, you're telling me they're going on holiday? And it wasn't that. It was like, put your slippers on and take it easy. This isn't just about it being the holiday season. This is, I mean, last week you guys had heaven's blessings, right? This is about welcoming in the blessings. Sometimes, Capricorn, it's okay to do nothing. Sometimes it's okay to take it down to ground, to take a moment where you just enjoy the opulence that you have in life. And that doesn't mean that it has to be big and flashy. It doesn't mean that it has to be, you know, big and bold and all of that. Sometimes that slower pace of life, sometimes that moment where you can just sit back, kick back and say, you know what, not only did I make it, but things are all right and they're going to be okay from here on in. This is asking you to enjoy that slower pace of life, if even just for a week, before we get into, right? I mean, and for those of you that are celebrating this week, right at the end, a big happy birthday to you. So your destiny card for the week ahead is the Hierophant card. This is about doing things by the book, but for me, yes, it represents the status quo and stuff. As your destiny card, this is asking you to devote time to your material life. What does that mean? Spending time with loved ones, doing things that make you feel happy, doing things that make you feel complete, finding ways to really build into your everyday life. Ways to enjoy things, moments to enjoy things. Maybe it's even about making a point of you know, being maybe authoritative about having family time, about having moments where you get together with your nearest and dearest. The other thing with the Hierophant card as well, for a lot of you, this does kind of suggest, for me, especially when you see the weekly general overview, your work life may impact on your home life this week, and it might see you having to say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to build in a space, or I'm going to build in time where I separate the two, where I dedicate more time to doing things that feel right for me, but also dedicate more time to what is, you know, sometimes the support network that we have, the biggest connections to society that we have, is to have connection to our own family. And your family isn't always, you know, it doesn't always have to be it doesn't even have to always be family. Sometimes your friends are your family, right? So your direction card, you've got two because they both jumped out. You've got the Eight of Swords. So for some of you, this is really about, you know, building into it, you know, finding ways to not be married to work, finding ways this week to put your slippers on and just enjoy the time that you have. Maybe making time, or maybe making a New Year's resolution that you are going to dedicate more time to friends, to family, to enjoying the not necessarily the mundane, but sometimes the less the less professional light side of life, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Then you've got the Knight of Swords, and this is sometimes about doing things too fast. This could really caution this week, if there is an agreement or a contract of some sort that comes up, if there is something that requires you to be a part of it, maybe something that requires you to sign on the dotted line, just be sure that you are ready, willing and able to be in it for the long haul, because this could be something that you kind of say, you know what, I'm busy at the moment, so yeah, I'll sign it. And then when you look back, you're like, oh, holy crap, you know, I've just signed my life away. Not saying that you will, you know, but it does suggest that something you might be trying to align with, or something that somebody might be trying to get you to align with, may require more from you at a later date than is currently being perceived. So just be sure about that. Your insight card is the Page of Cups. Dedicating more time to what is about the feeling, to dedicating more time to your loved ones, the people that you care about, putting your heart and soul, listening to your intuition when it says to make things simpler. This is a week for really simplification as well, whatever that means to you, making sure that you move away from things that are complicated or too complex. This is not a week for it, so just keep that in mind. An interesting set of cards for you this week. But yeah, my biggest advice to you this week would be to take your time with everything, really get into that slower pace of life. Think about any sort of contract that you might be in, you know, might be asked to align with. And also for all of you in some way, shape or form, just consider that building family time into your day, into your everyday existence, should be a priority from here on in. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.